Hey guys, welcome back to another bump date. I decided to come out and get some air. There's probably gonna be some cars passing by. We have the loudest cars that come by because there's a repair shop right here. You guys have seen my vlogs. You guys know that the area I live in is not the nicest, but it is what it is. All right, so let's get started. My 33rd week. Well, there's a bird, there's a crow. Hopefully nothing happens. 33 weeks. It was actually my birthday this week, so it was pretty cool. I kept it cool. I didn't do anything. You know, I celebrated with my family. I'll probably put up the vlog for that because I did like a family barbecue. I vlogged it, and then the day of my birthday, I also vlogged that for you guys too. So I'll edit that and I'll have that posted probably either before or after this video. But yeah, it was my birthday week and I enjoyed it. So I definitely felt fatigued this week, and as I mentioned in my previous bump date for you guys, I've decided to do a home birth. Like, I think we have solidified that, and I've just been feeling kind of tired because I've been overwhelmed. I've been doing all this research. I've been on the computer, on my phone, trying to make sure that this is the best option for me, especially because I was diagnosed with preeclampsia and I had high blood pressure towards the end of my pregnancy, and I just don't want it to be like a waste where I decide to do a home birth, I envision it, and then everything just goes, you know, completely 360 and I don't have a home birth. Vigi was actually the one who found this birth center for us. We contacted them. We had a FaceTime meeting with the owner of that birth center. We actually scheduled a meeting with her for next week so we can meet her in person, and we're gonna meet the team. And I actually had another appointment with my doctor, my OBGYN. I talked to her about a home birth and her thoughts on it, and she was actually super supportive. She really wanted to induce me when I was pregnant with Armand, and honestly guys, I really didn't like her after that. I was like, I don't want to be induced, no. So when I told her about the home birth, I was a little nervous because obviously I have to go alone on all these appointments. My husband can't come with me. I can't bring anybody. It's just me. So I was like, okay, I have to hold the fort down, and I'm gonna tell her that I'm going to do a home birth, and that's it. I'm not gonna change my mind. She was actually really supportive about it, which caught me off guard, but I'm super happy. And Vigi actually told me, like, you know, everybody you've told so far is being supportive and being so positive, so it's all a good sign. So when I went to my OB, obviously they did like the whole checkup stuff. My blood pressure was a-okay. I've gained another 5 pounds. Wait, since we're talking about my blood pressure, let me mention that my blood pressure has been perfectly fine, and I've not taken baby aspirin, which is what my OB had recommended I do from the start of my pregnancy. I'm 33 weeks. My blood pressure is still good. I'm still taking my valerian root. Everything is perfect. I have been getting uterine contractions this week. It's not bad or anything, just uncomfortable. And then I also see myself getting out of breath sometimes. Sometimes I literally feel like I cannot breathe. Like I just can't get enough oxygen in my lungs. Also, I've started to get back into the habit of doing workouts and stretching. Last time I mentioned that I completely stopped doing it, and you know, I'm doing whatever I want to do and it's all great, blah blah blah. So this week I've started to get back into my workouts, slowly start stretching a little more, only because I feel like it's very beneficial through the labor. It'll just help with my stamina, and also like after delivery it'll also help. I'm not overdoing it. I'm doing like 15 minutes of each, so basically just 30 minutes, and I do keep my watch on so I track how many calories I'm burning. I try to make sure that I'm not overdoing it and burning too many calories and not eating enough. I've also started using my birth ball a lot more than I used to, and I feel like it's a lot more safer for me to use it, especially if I'm, you know, doing the squatting stuff. It just feels like I have more balance, and I just feel like it also helps relax me. Another thing that I've started to get back into is juicing. I have been juicing every day. It was every other day in the beginning of the week, and then like the last 2 days, it's been consistent. I feel like I want the juice at this point. It's not something that I feel like I have to go out of my way to like do. I try to make sure that I either have my juice before my workout or after my workout. I like to keep it where I consume it in the daytime because it does give me a boost of energy, and I wouldn't want it to keep me up at night when I sleep. So what I'm doing now is preparing for my GBS test. I mean, I've been preparing for that literally since I booked my doula Vigi. And when I was pregnant with Armand, I was positive on my GBS. This time around, I told Vigi like, hey, you know, I think I booked you way too late in the game. And she was giving me all these things to do to ensure that I test negative for GBS. But I just feel like I booked her way too late, and some of the things that she was telling me to do, I still needed my body to adjust to it. This time around, I told her like, hey, I want to prepare for that like ASAP. So I think I started, I don't know, like 20 weeks, 22 weeks or something like that. So I've been doing it for a while, but let me just kind of touch base on what those things are. For the GBS test, you just want to make sure that your gut bacteria is as healthy as possible. You want to make sure that your good bacteria outweighs the bad bacteria. The way you do that is make sure that your stress levels are super low. You're not stressing because obviously that messes with your gut flora. You want to steer clear of any sugary foods, artificial sugary stuff, like stuff with high corn syrup or high fructose syrup, whatever that thing is. You want to make sure that you're consuming a lot of whole foods and not so much processed foods. And the other thing that I've also been doing is taking a probiotic to help with my gut. I think I've shown you guys when I do my what I eat in a day, I show you guys the vitamins I take, and that's the probiotic that I take. And the other thing that I do is use an herbal vaginal rinse. It's called Yin Care. I ordered it on Amazon. So basically every time you use the restroom, you just clean yourself with that herbal rinse, and that's it. So it just makes sure that your stuff is healthy and clean and all that jazz. So those are the things that I've been doing to make sure that my GBS test is negative. So we will see what the results are after I take the test. So those are all the things that I've kind of like been doing this week. And as far as like my physical symptoms go, I've really haven't been uncomfortable, no pain. My belly button has not popped yet, guys. I don't know when that thing is gonna pop, but hasn't popped yet. And then I also have my photo shoot, my maternity shoot coming up in like 2 or 3 weeks. Really excited about that. I'm obviously waking up in the middle of the night. I'm drinking that 4 liters of water still, and I'm still getting the uterine contractions as I mentioned earlier. That is basically it for my 33-week bump date and what's been going on this week. I'm gonna go ahead and go to whattoexpect.com so we could see what's going on inside my belly. Ooh-ee! It says 7 weeks to go. Holy crap! So your baby is as big as a butternut squash. And it says it's 17 inches long and 4.25 pounds. Our baby's head is super soft right now. That is what will allow the baby to come out of the birth canal and kind of squeeze its way through out into the open. So your baby's head right now is super squishy and soft. Also, your baby's drinking a pint of amniotic fluid. That just helps them with learning to drink the milk when they come out of the womb. So at this point, your baby is packing on half a pound a week. So by the time your baby is born, it's gonna double in weight. So I'm hoping that my baby is at least 6.5 to 7.5 pounds. Like that is what I'm aiming for my baby to be at with a home birth. So let's just hope that happens. Baby's kicks may feel sharper. That is so true. The baby is kicking. I mean, I've mentioned it numerous times in my previous bump dates, which is why I haven't talked about the kicks much in this video. Like, baby is kicking, baby is moving. That thing sometimes, is sharp. It wakes me up and it surprises me, startles me, tickles me, like all the above. The other thing that is pretty cool is now your baby can tell when it's nighttime and daytime, because now that your belly is stretching, the walls of your uterus are becoming thinner and thinner. More light can shine through your belly, and so your baby knows whether it's daytime or nighttime. All right, it says that your baby has reached an important milestone. Can you guys guess what that is? No? Well, let me tell you. fetal immune system is developing. So basically your baby is I wouldn't say like the immune system is completely built, because obviously all of our immune systems can, you know, get better and better. What it is saying is that they got their own immune system going for them now. So mama's antibodies are being passed down to baby, so the baby can continue to build immunity to certain germs and diseases when they are born into this world. All right, let's go into the physical symptoms, and this is what to expect says. You're gonna have strong fetal movement. Yes, I have been feeling strong fetal movement. Varicose veins is another symptom that you can have, and luckily I still don't have it, but it says on their website that if you didn't have the varicose veins before pregnancy, then most likely it'll go away after birth. Around ligament pain, you feel this around like your pubic bone area. Your uterus is growing, it puts pressure on your pelvic floor and all that stuff, so it could get uncomfortable. It's basically just growing pains. If your round ligament pain is not accompanied by fevers, chills, or bleeding, then you are on the clear. It's totally fine. But if you have any of those, then you might want to call your doctor. Nail changes, your nails are going to grow a lot faster in the last, you know, weeks of your pregnancy, obviously, because your body is just like trying to grow everything as much as possible, and in that process your hair is growing, your nails are growing, everything is growing. Only downside to that is that your nails can become brittle, so what you want to do is incorporate biotin in your diet in the form of foods that you eat, like banana, nuts, avocados, whole grains, stuff of that sort. You also get a shortness of breath, and it says in this website that the reason why it feels like you can't breathe as much or you have a shortness of breath is because your lungs cannot expand as much as they used to, obviously because the baby is taking up some room. Clumsiness, you know, obviously with your bigger belly you can't do or move like you used to, so you gotta like take things a lot slower, especially if you're knocking things over, or you know, you can't balance yourself as well. Have I been clumsy this week? I think like maybe, yeah, here and there. So I've kind of slowed my roll a little bit, especially because I'm like feeling a lot better, and I feel like, oh well, you know, I'm back to my usual self, but then I got to remind myself like, hey, slow down girl, because all is good right now, but you don't want it to go bad out of nowhere. Let me share this with you guys. It says, strange but true, women pregnant with girls tend to be more forgetful moms to be than women who are carrying boys. So that's so true, because when I was pregnant with my son, guys, my sister-in-law was pregnant with my niece, and she was always like, oh, I have foggy brain, I forgot to do this, or I'm forgetting things. And I was like, I didn't have that issue with my son like when I was pregnant, so I don't know, I can't relate to that, you know. But with this one, yes, I do have a foggy brain now and then. Like I could see that. It's just crazy. Braxton Hicks contractions is another physical symptom. I've told you guys that I've been feeling those, and it says that moms who've already gone through pregnancy, they are more often felt by us. So yeah, I'm a second-time mom, and I felt it really early in my pregnancy, and I told my doula about it, and she just said, you know, just drink more water. Even though you think you're getting enough water, girl, drink your water. You can never have enough water. And I was like, all right, we'll see if I can chug like over 4 liters of water, but I don't know. But yeah, that is basically it for this bump date. Some tips for us this week is look into breastfeeding. Are you going to breastfeed your child? How are you going to give your child the nutrition it needs? I am going to obviously try to do breastfeeding. That is what I did with my son, and obviously it didn't work for me, so I just did the pump. And so with this one, I'm gonna try my best to do breastfeeding, and if that doesn't work, then I'll also pump. Studies show it's best for the baby and you to share a room because you guys bond. So, you know, share the room with your baby. Yeah, I'm gonna share a room with my baby. My baby's gonna be sleeping on my bed. Oh, this is about the hospital. If you don't already know, find out your hospital's policy on sharing a room with your baby 24/7. So if you're giving birth in a hospital, you want to make sure that you are in the same room with your baby. A lot of hospitals do that, but unfortunately for me, my little one had to be taken away from me because he couldn't keep up his body temperature and blood sugar, so they had to take him in the NICU. So he was away from me for like 3 days, but not 3 days straight. Of course, I was obviously able to go in and visit him. Oh my god, this is so cute. It says write a letter to your little one. That is actually a really neat idea. You've got so many hopes and dreams about your baby, and each one is worth remembering and sharing. Record them before you forget by writing a letter to them, or a series of letters for your baby. Oh my god, that is such a good idea. I'm actually going to do that. Those are the tips that they give you on what to expect. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this bump date. Thumbs it up if you guys like this pregnancy series here on my channel. I love you guys so much. I wanted to actually film my giveaway because I do have a giveaway and it is so amazing. I can't wait to share with you guys what I'm giving away. It's actually pretty freaking incredible and I can't wait to share it with you guys. But I wanted to film that today. I don't think it's gonna work out, so I'll probably save it and film it on another day for you guys. But I do have it in the works. It's gonna come out soon, so stay tuned for that. Hit that notifications bell to stay up to date with all my cool content, and I'll see you guys in my next bump date. Bye.